welcome to another fantastic time on Owigho TV. How are you doing? It's a Monday morning. Today is the 27th day in the first month of 2025. How's your Monday morning coming already? Starting off on a good note. Yeah. Well, all I'm about is making sure that you get as informed as possible while you're on your way to work this morning, or you probably be sitting at home. You just might be, somewhere in the car, not necessarily the driver, because any driver who be who be streaming by this time. Even if you're in traffic, right? It's actually not allowed that you get to use your phone while in traffic. Do you get? It's just a natural thing. I mean, that's how the road safety and police and everybody have said that it is supposed to be. So whatever it is, try to keep it calm and, of course, keep it simple. On the other hand, on the motivational side, I like to, one way or another, encourage some people who just might be struggling with one issue or another, especially as it has to do with, general well-being, coupled with the kind of economy crunch that we have at the moment and what people are actually going through. If you can, as much as possible, try. Just put in some more work, because what you used to do before that would give you results, right, might not be the same effort that you need to put in now. You need to put in some more, because things have actually changed. Inflation skyrocketed. Like, everything has literally changed. You know what I'm saying? So it's also very, very important that you take very good advantage of the opportunities that are around you. When other people see problems, try to find the opportunity that lay therein. For real, because whenever there seems to be like, one or two discord going on, discontent, change, devaluation, revaluation, evaluation, whatever you want to call it, displacing some, but replacing others. So you can always be on the side of those who they use to replace others. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly the spirit I'll be keeping up this morning, given as we continue. We're live on Instagram, Owigho_off_Abuja, and also live on YouTube, Owigho TV, as we're watching right now. And also live on YouTube, that's Owigho TV. Let's touch some newspapers, see what the newspaper headlines are actually talking about this morning, even as we continue, right? Let's see what exactly the newspapers be talking about. Some people be talking about 2027 already, and the people are asking, isn't that too early for us to be talking about 2027? Now, go wait to me. Maybe we see what they don't do first. We still did 2025, right? And then you all be talking about 2027 already. But politics will always politic as far as the days go by, right? Let's start from this day newspaper, exploring the heartbeat of Abuja. First of all, an 86 speedy completion of petroleum refineries and its rehabilitation. 86 speedy completion of petroleum refineries rehabilitation. This one is from this day. It says the Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, NATI, yesterday called for the quick completion of rehabilitation work on the crude oil refineries run by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company and NPC Limited nationwide. Besides, the Ogbonnaya Orji-led organization congratulated the National Oil Company on the successful completion of the first phase of the Port Harcourt refinery rehabilitation project and the gradual resumption of operations at the Warri refinery, stressing that the accomplishments represent significant strides towards addressing Nigerians' long-standing dependence on imported petroleum products. NATI recalled that from its recently published reports, Nigeria spent a whopping 15.8 trillion naira on fuel subsidy between 2006 and 2023. The operationalization of the refineries, it said, is a monumental step towards achieving energy self-sufficiency and fostering economic sustainability. A statement by the acting director of communication and stakeholders management, director of communications and stakeholders, Obiageli Onora, noted. So, Nati, led by Ogbonnaya Orji, right, have been there since the Tinubu administration. But then the question is, the Port Harcourt refinery, is it working or is it not working? I thought there was a time they came out and told us that, Port Harcourt refinery has actually started refining. And there's PMS. They even showed the sample of, the PMS in the bottle, just the way the Dangote refinery did when it started operation as well. So, if the Port Harcourt refinery is working, right, and Dangote refinery is working as well, we can also still see that it doesn't even affect the price. Remember, they said it, that even local refineries, even when local refineries start working, it does not automatically translate to the fact that there's going to be a price reduction. Instead, it's going more, like it's going up. So that thing they've been saying all this while about market forces will determine the price. Market forces will determine this, market forces. So we were thinking the market forces at the time that they were saying it, were referring to the international market. That's when the crude oil is being taken out of Nigeria to another country, you export it there, refine it, and then they now bring the petrol, the refined PMS back to Nigeria. What a hazardous process. And we were doing this for years. Upon years, decades, because some people wanted to feed fat off other people's hunger, stress. Some people want to people have been flying from here to Australia, private, at the expense of others. So, if a single individual can, start up a refinery and the refinery is working to capacity, and you have a president who came in and said, there's no longer going to be sale of crude oil in dollars. If you want to buy crude oil, come and source for Naira. Bring your dollars or whatever currency it is. Come in, source for Naira, right? And then go ahead and buy crude oil. That's how it works everywhere. So I think we'll have to give it to this president, right? Because I don't know how many others would have had the guts to do such a thing, because the oil industry and the cabals therein, right? If you understand how these people be operating, like you wouldn't even want to have anything to do with them. You don't. That's why for decades, irrespective of who comes in or who goes out, president, vice president, minister of petroleum, minister of state for petroleum, what else do you have? Like whoever in the chain, the GMD, you don't see any change. Why? Because there are some underground forces. There are some people who are holding our oil and gas sector on the jugular. Like they say, now they go anywhere. Blind say we do mistake, give them independence. That's why whenever Kemi Badenoch comes out to talk, I just laugh. I laugh because she doesn't understand, or probably be playing to a gallery, because whatever Nigeria is going through right now, whatever it is that seems like it's troubling us, right? You get people where they cause them. Yeah, there was an interview with the chief of defense staff. I think it was on BBC. It was a foreign media though, and he said that the international community have a hand in it. Nigerians are jackbuying from their country to Europe, all over Europe. Meanwhile, as at the time President Tinubu was coming in, America had already invested $13 billion building a pipe that would transport gas from Nigeria to Europe. They don't pass Niger Republic already since. Now, these gas pipes, they started from Sapele in Delta State, traversing some parts of River State, all the way to the north. So could it be, or could it just be, that Ajaokuta Kaduna Kanu AKK gas pipeline is the very one that is going all the way to Europe? What did they tell us? They told us that they are building gas pipes to the north, and there was a whooping $3 billion loan that was taken to build that pipeline. So if there was a $3 billion on that pipeline, except of course, it is not the same one. Because if a pipe is going to run through the south in Nigeria all the way to Europe from south, it has to pass through, and it's going through the north, right? It's going through Niger, it's going through Chad. Then it means that it has to come this way and eventually head towards the north. So, is there another pipe that's doing that? Or is it the AKK gas pipeline that is doing that? And if there is another pipe that is doing that, it is different. That means the $3 billion loan that the government took under Buhari to build the AKK gas pipeline is justifiable. But if that is the same pipeline that America said they had invested, well, reports have it that they had invested at the time Tinubu was coming in $13 billion in that same project. So, if it is the same pipeline we're talking about, why did they borrow $3 billion? Most of the things are not even rocket science. You just see them and you be like, wow, what's going on? Individuals will be making away with $10 billion. There was one attorney general that the House of Reps, indicted and was like, yo, you have to come and give reports on how you participated in, this sale of illegal crude oil to the tune of $4.2 billion thereabout. One person. You know what $4 billion is? And then all this money will now take them abroad. Go and be improving the economy of other countries. You go and invest. You go and build skyscrapers when there's no skyscraper in your own town. There's no skyscraper in your village. There's no skyscraper in your state capital. But because you became governor, you have skyscraper in another country. You've established businesses up and down, using foreigners to front it. Tomorrow they will say Abacha loot. Abacha literally saved money for Nigeria for rainy days. Because if the Swiss bank was built and painted green, green, everybody knows that green is synonymous to Nigeria. That's like our official color. So have we done any better between then and now? You must say, check up. Doesn't really make a lot of sense when things go as though we are just the people, like a ship without somebody that is following it. All right, let's check this particular story here. It's not such a good one. This one says that Army commander, 21 soldiers killed in Borno terrorist attacks. Army commander, 21 soldiers killed in Borno terrorist attacks. Stories coming in from the Vanguard newspaper. You can check it out. I'll just take a brief detail, of that particular story, and then see how we can do a bit of justice to it. Yeah, and I thought I was gonna take calls. No calls now, though. I be getting thirsty. I be getting a drink. That's why you put your program from the house. Program from the house. Yo, don't go anywhere, mate. Come all the way back. Come all the way back. All right, thanks for staying tuned. Let's go back to Vanguard here. On Vanguard newspaper here, the story tells us that Army commander, 21 soldiers killed in Borno terrorist attacks. 2 days after the killing of 20 fishermen at Gada and Gari fishing community in Bama local government area of Borno State on Wednesday, another armed terrorist suspected to be Boko Haram and ISWAP have reportedly killed a military commander, 2 other senior military officers, and 17 soldiers at a military base in Malam Factory, the headquarters of Badam local government area of the state. Bama is in Borno Central, while Malam Factory in the Badam local government area is the northern part of the state, in between Borno and Republic of Niger border. Just a few weeks ago, a similar incident took place when some terrorists invaded a military base in the Sabon Gari community of Damboa local government area in Borno State, killing several soldiers, including senior officers. Reliable sources said that the attackers who invaded the Malam Factory military base wreaked havoc for several hours on Friday, January 24, after which they dislodged the 149 Battalion in Malam Factory. As soldiers who survived the deadly attack fled the area to a safe place. The intelligence sources who confirmed the attack added that the insurgents attacked the base with multiple gun trucks, saying that the terrorists razed many buildings and military operational vehicles during the attack. Apart from the dead bodies recovered, many other soldiers were seriously injured, while a yet-to-be ascertained number of personnel were still missing as of Saturday. The commanding officer of the battalion, 2 senior officers, including the base medical director, were among those who were killed. So this comes a few days after the terror group launched a brutal attack on the military's forward operation base in the Damboa local government area of Borno State, killing a yet-to-be confirmed number of the Nigerian soldiers. 25 Task Force Brigade was attacked during the weekend with so many casualties so far. The army said they have not been recovered all the bodies. The terror group invaded the camp around 4 a.m. on Saturday using various weapons, the sources said. So, the military and Borno State officials have not yet commented on the attacks. Between November last year and this day, there seemed to be a resurgence of attacks by terrorists from all corners of Borno State. Before these 2 attacks, terrorists killed over 40 farmers in Dumba area, which is a fishing farm community in Kukawa local government area of the state. So here we are again. Issue of security or issue of insecurity, however I want to put it. Soldiers killed. I don't ever want us to go to the conspiracy of where they say 21 and then maybe the number is more than that. Let's not even go there, right? But when you look at it, who are these people? What exactly do they want? Who are you putting up a war against? Who are you sending a message to? You just keep killing innocent soldiers for nothing. These soldiers did not travel to Afghanistan to go and fight war. They did not travel to Iraq or any other place where there's war. They did not go to Ukraine. They did not go to Gaza. They did not go to some of these places in their own country. They still get murdered by so-called terrorists. Terrorists be terrorizing our military. Successive governments have come and gone, and nothing, well, to a large extent, they couldn't stop. Even though in terrorism studies, they will tell you that once terrorism has started, once it was allowed to start and succeed, it may just be there for a while. And if there's any act of terror or terrorism by terrorists in a particular country that lasts for more than 48 hours, they say the government hand is in it. But in this case, would you say the government is the one killing its own soldiers? No. But who are these people? Are they Nigerians? Because this particular base that was attacked is said to be in between, the border between Borno and Niger Republic. Do they have a smooth sail and smooth entry in and out of Nigeria through that border? I thought there was a joint task force, multinational joint task force, MNJTF, with the armed forces of Niger Republic, alongside other neighboring countries who are around the fringes, of that the northern part of Nigeria, so that they combat this issue of terrorism once and for all. Except, of course, those other countries are compromising. But if somebody is compromising, who would it be? Who could it be? Can we fish him out? Smoke him out? Chief of Army Staff will do this country like this. Chief of Army Staff playing fall, go out. Tomorrow nobody heard about what the black box said. In this same country not so long ago, Chief of Army Staff, suddenly they say he traveled for leave. Later, there were insinuations that he was dead. Reports came out, what's it called now? News bits were flying left, right, and center. That the public should disregard any report about, him being sick, that he only went for his annual leave. So how come he went for his annual leave alive? But his body is what was brought back without life. And did you also notice that within a specific period of time, these attacks actually reduced significantly? If you notice. And then between the time the Chief of Army Staff died, was buried, and now you can see that the attacks have increased. The attacks by these insurgents have actually increased between when the former chief of the immediate late Chief of Army Staff passed away under circumstances that has been attributed to his health. But have you not seen that after he passed, the attacks increased? After he passed, military bases were attacked and are still being attacked. The number of attacks that have occurred after he passed, I think it's I don't think they had that number of attacks before he came into power. Are we playing with our security architecture? Are we playing a game of chess with the lives of individuals, with the lives of Nigerians in Nigeria by Nigerians? Or would you say that one is also external forces? Even if external forces are funding terrorists from other places to come and terrorize the country, does it mean we do not have territorial security for our own region? But when it comes to control of resources, we say, we're a sovereign state. We're a sovereign state. We're a sovereign state. International oil companies are the ones doing our exploration. We're a sovereign state. Nashel. We're a sovereign state. Nashevron. We're a sovereign state. British Petroleum Company. We're a sovereign state. I mean, you check out all the deals that we go into with people, you find out that at the end of the day, Nigeria is the one that is taking less. They're taking more. So up to now, we never learn how to run our things. There's always the national security strategy, right? That successive governments get to release or implement. That strategy or those strategies, aren't they yielding anything? Because if they are, we should be seeing them. How would terrorists just be having a very field time, having a very field day, being in Nigeria, attacking the military. And we know that our military has the capacity. Kawai, I don't just know why or who is making the issue difficult. And let's not say, okay, it's happening in Maiduguri, no concern us. It's happening in Maiduguri doesn't mean that you who is somewhere in Lagos State, for example, is left out. Because they can transport themselves to anywhere. The incessant kidnappings that we've been seeing also in years, it reduced at some point. Could it be a plot to say, okay, Mona, come on, this guy for them, more the way they do? I just hope that's not what it is. Because I mean, these are fathers, people's husbands, these are people's family members. Come like to join the army now, nah crime. Then and the Nigerian army is an institution that I mean, whenever they say they be recruiting, Nigerians everywhere go choke. People want to join the army. It was like a pride, still is. But you see parents now telling the children, no, please, you cannot go. They will send you to go and fight Boko Haram. There are soldiers who have gone forth and came back successfully, actually, because if you have not gone to the war front, you cannot be called a soldier. So soldiers have to go see in the front line. That's why you also see senior officers caught up in the front line as well, because they have to lead a battalion. They have to lead the battalion. Can we just end all of this? Starting from the number one president in the country, who is Mr. President, His Excellency, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You've actually done a lot, more than what others have done. We can actually confirm this from the purchase we've seen so far in military equipment. In fact, this is the first time I'm like, so they can buy equipment like this. Police now have more operational vehicles. They have more gun trucks. That's police. You go to the army, the same thing. Like they've purchased new set of ammunition, right? That is not as that is not as obsolete as the ones they used to use. All those wooden AK-47 where they used for the Biafra war that time. Meanwhile, you get to see that from one budget to another, the armed forces be taking a chunk of it. Where all the money is going to? Where all the money they go? God forbid anything happens now on an international scale, and then it seems as though you want to spiral into the side. What do we have? Super Tucano. That's all. The Super Tucano, how many? 6. We have to actually do better. And then this 2025 budget, that's about 24 trillion, right? This budget now, 20% of it is going to the armed forces. 20%. 20% of that 20-something trillion naira budget is going to defense. I remember also either the last or second to the last budget that former President Jonathan passed. 20% also. Well, what was earmarked for defense? So you now see how much money is being pumped into security. It was under Jonathan that they pumped all the money in defense, and they went to buy one chopper that on the first day of the chopper, one fly, the chopper fall. And then it was gathered that it was alleged that the chopper was a refurbished one. The rotor, they go change them. Even in changing the rotor, it is alleged that they went to bring they went to bring fabricated rotor. So on the chopper taking his first test flight, as he just go up like this, never ever reach anywhere, boy, you come down. Now imagine the life of that innocent pilot. He might not even be among those people that did the procurement. These are the things we're talking about. We have to even these things, even it. Even it. Make it seem as though it is your family member. See everybody as brother. Even Two-Face be a singer. See me like your brother. Why don't you see me like your brother? See me like your guy. Yeah. So I was talking about the 49.7 trillion naira budget, and 20% of that is going to defense. What exactly would you be expecting? Elon Musk was also by now. If 20% of 49 trillion is what's going to defense, by now Elon Musk was set up factory for us to be able to, we are already producing though, but on a more technical and advanced level. Because those bandits, whoever is sponsoring them, the kind of firepower they have, sometimes their firepower oversees or supersedes the firepower of the military. I saw a particular video where just a very few number of soldiers with about like two Hilux trucks and one gun truck, and all of that. They were going to get their commanding officer in Borno State. They were going to pick him up from the airport. And then the next thing, they got ambushed by terrorists. Wise enough, the person who was leading them said everybody should just lie down, don't shoot. Because what you are hearing, like this, Mona, just lie down. So they laid down, stayed there for about 40 minutes. Those ones just dey fire. Those ones just dey fire. Those ones just dey fire. Go, go. They just dey fire. And normally, right, when those kind of situations happen, they make sure that they come back to do mop up. They make sure they come and check, okay, they are no longer responding, right? That means we don't finish them. Oh yeah, let's go and finish the remaining one that is remaining. Normally, that's what they do. Even soldiers do that. So that's why sometimes when you have a joint effort by the U.S. and the Army, while the U.S. is providing aerial bombardment, Army, they follow through. They come bam, they mop bam. Anyone will remain, they go they mop bam. That's why we talk about synergy. Synergy between our security agencies, synergy between our secret services. If you don't work together, they say the house that is divided cannot stand. Nigeria is the house. And the more we continue to be divided across tribes, divided across political affiliations, divided across religion, divided across ethnicity, divided across race, divided across, education. You go school, you not go school, not my level. Why don't you see me as your brother? See me as your guy, yo. Why don't you look me as your brother? Did you get? So let's just be taking all of these things very, very, very serious. You get adverts we are supposed to play, but I'm gonna read it after we take this particular headline. I say, all right. Let's see. This one is talking about petrol. I've also seen attendant, fuel queues resurfacing, and each time I see it, I wonder. I'm like, Kilo day. What is it again? What do you people want? You don't want 1,000 per liter. You never see reach now. On the Punch newspaper here, it says marketers may dump Dangote fuel as imported petrol costs 992 naira per liter. Marketers may dump Dangote fuel as imported petrol costs 922 naira per liter. Stories on the Punch. Oil marketers have revealed that the landing cost of premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, as of Friday, was 922.65 naira per liter. Dealers said the cost factors and various expenses, including shipping, import duties, and exchange rates. The amount is a considerable reduction of 32 naira 35 kobo from the 955 naira per liter offered at the loading gantry of the Dangote Petroleum Refinery. This decrease in landing cost is expected to influence the price at which petrol is sold to consumers and could increase marketers' interest in returning to petrol imports. The lower cost of imported petrol is often an incentive to dealers, and you wouldn't blame marketers who import the product. A major marketer who spoke in confidence due to lack of authorization to speak on the matter stated that last Sunday, the Dangote refinery said the rise in petrol price from 899 naira 50 kobo per liter was due to an increase in the cost of crude oil, the major component for refined petroleum products. However, this latest decline in landing cost, which reflects the price of importing and distributing the product, signals some relief from the pressures of global market fluctuations and supply chain challenges. But despite this reduction, the retail price of petrol in Nigeria has remained high, with major marketers continuing to sell refined products between 990 naira and 1,010 naira per liter in the Federal Capital Territory. So, according to the latest Competency Center daily energy data released by the Major Energies Marketers Association of Nigeria on Friday and obtained by correspondents on Sunday, the on-spot estimated import parity into tanks was 922 naira 65 kobo per liter, a reduction of 21 naira or 2.2% from the 943 naira 75 kobo per liter quoted on Thursday. So if major marketers are deciding to say, yo, we're going back to patronizing imported petrol, right? Because there seemed to be a bit of price reduction of 32 naira. A difference of 32 naira, 35 kobo compared to the 955 naira offered at Dangote Refinery. So if Dangote is selling 955 naira, and they have seen that the major marketers who have imported and those ones are willing to sell cheaper at 922 naira, while Dangote be doing 955 naira. So a differential of 32 naira, they said, per liter. And you know, in oil and gas, if you put that together, it's a lot of money especially for the amount or the size of the tanks. Talking about ships now, that the cargo, what do they call it? Tanks that they be using. So, Dangote Alpha, they say these people, even with landing cost, their own is still cheap. Landing cost is the differential that's being paid to transport the crude oil from the abroad and back. That's why they were singing for us landing cost that time. Landing cost, landing cost, landing cost. And landing cost was the reason they were paying for subsidy, according to them at the time. So, Nigerians actually thought that when Dangote Refinery comes up to stream, the landing cost will be eliminated, which is supposed to significantly drop the price. But guess what? The government have been subsidizing way too much. So even when you remove landing cost, it still doesn't bring the price down if you were to remove the subsidy completely out of it. But what then was Shopee? What then was Shopee under Jonathan? Shop plug. Okay. Because Shopee, they say it was subsidy empowerment reinvestment program or something. Shopee, Shop plug, nice one. Now we see Nigerians need to wake up and understand what exactly is going on with their country. If you continue like this, you're 30, you're 40. Before you say Jack Robinson, 50, 60. Imagine your children are shouting up NEPA in 2025. In 2025, they'll carry light, bring them. Your children going to shout, yeah! Omnipa. It's time for us to wake up, bruv. It's time for us to do the right thing. Don't forget. All right, newspaper reviews come your way every weekday morning, 7 a.m. And I'm your host. My name is Owigho. I'll be bringing in in-house analyst. Definitely be around tomorrow. So I'm talking about Ambassador Wahala. We'll be doing justice together. I didn't think I was going to take this long, though. But all the same, stay glued to everything that's positive. Make sure that you enjoy the rest of your day. Make it productive as well. It's a Monday morning. Go out there energized in a very, very strong spirit. And let's get that bag. Let's get that moolah, right? Stay beautiful.